Narmada.
In this video, I would like to share a conversation that I enjoyed having with Swapnil Joshi Ji in Khalghat. We were both on our respective Narmada Parikrama journeys, and we had just returned from participating in the Maha Shivaratri festivities down at the Ghat. And at the same time, the images that are displayed are of all those people that I met on the north bank of Maa Narmada. Many of them are subscribers to this channel, and I wanted to pay tribute to each and every one of them for making a contribution to my life. Thank you, thank you.
नर्मदे हर आप रॉनी मूल हैं कि साउथ अफ्रीका के कैप टाउन में रहते थे। पिछले 2 साल से आप भारत में ही रह रहे हैं और यहाँ भ्रमण कर रहे हैं। 25 अक्टूबर 2023 को अमरकंटक से इन्होंने परिक्रमा मैया की नर्मदा परिक्रमा शुरू करी है। सो रॉनी बाबा, नर्मदे हर, let you introduce yourself first of all.
So my name is Ronnie. I'm from South Africa and 68 years of age, and the spiritual teacher 3M was the inspiration for me to walk from Rishikesh to Badrinath. And it was on that journey that it was a life-changing journey for me, that particular yatra. And I was so moved by that experience that I then came back to Rishikesh, turned around and walked from Rishikesh to Kedarnath. And on that journey, I had connected with 3M's organization called the Satsang Foundation. And I was then, I heard through a newsletter that he was delivering a satsang in Nagpur. So a big light came on in my head, and I heard the voice saying, "You must walk to Nagpur and go and say thank you to him." So I didn't have the time to walk from Rishikesh, but I took a train to Sagar and then walked from Sagar to Nagpur. And along the way, I stopped off in Narsinghpur, and someone took me to the Narmada. And that was the first time I was introduced to Maa Narmada, but I didn't hear her calling me yet. It was only in May last year that I walked from Rishikesh to Dwarahat, stayed with a Swami who had walked the Parikrama, and then I heard Maa Narmada calling me very loudly that I need to be here, and here I am. So I started on 25 October last year in Amarkantak, and it has been the most life transformational journey that I could imagine. It astounds me every single day that the instruments of Maa Narmada around her banks are influenced by her to the point that they take care of Parikramawasi like me. So I have never gone hungry. I've never not had a place to sleep. I've always been shown directions. I don't speak Hindi. So a lot of people have said that's going to make your journey impossible. In fact, it's been even more wonderful because there are a few gestures that everybody understands. First of all, a big smile helps and goes a long way. As long as your heart is open and your intentions are right. If you say pani, drinking, and you get a nod, then you know you can drink the water. And you say bhojan, and you say I want to sleep, yeah, I sleep. Most people understand those things. Or I say Narmada Parikrama, this way or that way, and they'll usually say that way. Or if I'm going in the wrong direction, someone will say Baba, and so I haven't wanted for anything. Been many little miracles along the way.
Tell me a few of them.
Well, one little example that happened in Bimleshwar was that I was standing at the ashram knowing that I was going to take the boat that evening. And I was thinking to myself, this is new to me, it's a 1 a.m. crossing. I wasn't thinking about food or worried about food, but I thought, after my phone's charged, I'm going to probably walk into the village and maybe try and get some bananas. So I thought maybe, it's 1 a.m. in the morning, maybe I'm a bit hungry at 4 a.m., a banana would go down nicely. So I'm thinking this strong thought about going to look for some bananas and for some oranges. It wasn't 5 minutes later, a gentleman who had come and put his mattress next to me in the ashram. Some people had come to visit him, and they arrived with this big bag full of fruit.
Oh my!
And this man said, please, will you take half of this? I can't eat all of this, please. And these were bananas and there were oranges in there. I mean, it was like Maa Narmada manifested this for me in the space of 5 minutes. And 10 or 15 minutes later, I'm still sitting talking to some people where the phone charging point is. And I'm thinking to myself, I know I don't have enough money in this little wallet of mine to pay for my boat ticket. So I'm thinking to myself that I must go to my bag and go and get a 500 rupee note so that I am prepared that at 7 p.m. when the doors open for my boat tickets, that I can stand in line. And I hadn't thought, this thought hadn't come into my mind. It was there for maybe 2 or 3 minutes when someone walked up to me. I was wearing this top. They put some money in my top pocket, and I said, no, what are you doing? What are you doing? And they said, no, that's for you. And they insisted that we want to give this to you. And it was 1,000 rupees.
Oh,
so I wasn't only, so I had to take the 500 note that I was going to go and get, I went and put back in my bag, and I still had this to go and pay for my boat ticket. So eventually the boat ticket's time comes, and me being the foreigner, everybody sort of, I don't know, suddenly I found myself in the front of the queue, front of the line. So I give them my passport copy, and I take out my 500 rupee note, and the gentleman says, no. Someone who I have no idea who had paid for my boat ticket. Already paid for my boat ticket.
Oh, never did.
And all of that happened in the space of 1 hour. And it was just, the first two were the real manifestations of me thinking the boat ticket was just an absolute added gift from Maa Narmada. But thinking about the fruit, thinking about going to extract some money out of my bag to pay for my ticket, and there's someone coming and giving that. I mean, it was just, and those were just, that's a little example of
Ronnie Baba,
the kind of things that happen daily.
May I ask you one thing? Any spiritual value addition you have received from Maa Narmada?
Very much. So I'm very mindful of the fact that the veil that exists for most of us to see our true selves, to realize our true selves, that veil is something that I believe we all need to pierce through to see and realize our true nature. That veil for me is thinning. It's becoming much more thinner and thinner by the day. I'm much more aware of the oneness of being, the non-separateness of existence. So that has been a wonderful realization.
Great.
So for me, Yeah, I have less and less questions about who I am than I did perhaps when I started. And that's all thanks to Maa Narmada. There's no question about that.
Good. Let's conclude our conversation with one Jaikara at saying Narmade
Narmade
Har, Narmade Har,
Narmade
Narmade Har.